Kenya is blessed with a varied, rich, and captivating musical heritage, which is the source of our identity and the foremost avenue for socialization. Music has always been an avenue for a united drive towards cohesiveness and social-economic development. Choral music performance forms one of the mostly treasured and highly preferred modes of artistic expressions in Kenya because its appreciation traverses educational, religious, official, and general entertainment spheres. Kenyan choral music has over the years graced the international scene with renditions of the compositions of maestros like the late Dr. Arthur Kemoli and Boniface Mganga being performed all over the world. It stands out as the best medium of repackaging and performing of both folk and contemporary tunes. Due to this, many choirs have been invited to showcase the rich Kenyan variety of musical expressions at global music forums, expos, and festivals. One of the groups to feature in such external missions is the Statehouse Choir, who had the opportunity to take Kenyan music to a series of cultural festivals held across several cities in the North African state of Tunisia. Since its formation 15 years ago, the Statehouse Choir have maintained consistent performance of Kenyan and other African tunes at all high-profile public functions in the country. They are famed for their versatility in the presentation of a uniquely wide repertoire of music, which includes folk tunes from virtually all corners of Kenya. Tunisia, the northernmost country in Africa, located between Algeria and Libya, has a very rich history which spans back thousands of years before Christ. It has a lengthy Mediterranean sea coast, thus very open to Mediterranean influences, brought about by many years of extensive contacts by sea with other African, Asian, and European countries sharing this coastline. Over the years, it was occupied by, amongst others, the Roman Empire, Arabs, the Ottoman Empire, and much later, the French, who gave way to independence in 1956. Tunisian cultures and identity are therefore rooted in this centuries' long intersection of different cultures and ethnicities. Kenya and Tunisia enjoy a deep and robust bilateral relationship that covers, amongst others, economic, political, and diverse cultural domains, including visual arts, intangible heritage, music, and dance. Through this bilateral cooperation and on the invitation of the Tunisian government, the Statehouse Choir was nominated and facilitated by the Ministry of Sports, Culture and Heritage to perform at a series of cultural festivals in 5 cities across Tunisia.
Unlike other bilateral relations on culture that we've previously organized, I'm pleased to say that the Tunisian government officials, especially Tunisia's ambassador to Kenya, was actually very supportive. He was able to facilitate contacts with the Tunisian culture officials and made our logistics easy to organize. Unlike other countries where getting a visa is a problem, I think for this particular case it was easy. And I think that is in the true spirit of Pan-Africanism, whereby African countries, African people should be able to interact with each other freely without a lot of hindrances when it comes to travel.
The cultural festivals, namely International Festival of Tabarka, Krib Siliana, Bu Makluf Festival, Oued Melis Jendouba, and Megreen International Festival, were part of the 46th edition of the International Festival of Dougga, which is considered to be one of the most important and oldest running annual cultural music festivals in Africa, the inaugural edition having been held in 1920. This International Festival of Dougga is usually held at the Dougga Archaeological Site, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is the ruins of a city that was constructed in the years 2 and 3 AD and is considered the best preserved example of an Afro-Roman town in North Africa, as well as an exceptional illustration of what daily life was like in antiquity. The month-long festival brings together other African countries to showcase, celebrate, dialogue, network, promote and market their diverse cultural goods and services.
The festivals, well, they are under the cooperation of the Ministry of Cultural Affairs. So each year, festivals are held from the 15th till the 15th, of August. Lots of performances, international performances, not just Tunisians. Also traditional Tunisian performances. People love to listen to our traditional songs, our old songs. And we host also international singers and the festival, for example, of Carthage and Dougga. It happens every year. And since coronavirus, everything stopped. Everything went, in the bottom. So people are waiting for this even more than before. They're waiting for them. They want to enjoy, they want to sing, to dance, to take away that, that anxieties they had and all that sad moments we've been living in since coronavirus, that since the pandemic.
From their first two performances at the International Festival of Tabarka and Festival of Kribsiliana, the choir presented a rich repertoire of Kenyan melodious patriotic compositions, adaptations and arrangements of folk tunes, as well as renditions of globally popular hits from this region, among others. The Tunisian audience was hugely receptive to the presentations, despite the extremity between their largely Arabic cultural inclination against the Kenyan artistic expressions. Despite them not understanding the song texts, Tunisians could not resist the captivating sounds, and it did not have to take any effort to have some joining in to learn and jig along with the choir.
The music is not just words, it's sounds, it's rhythm, it's beat. Even the beat, gets you to dance and gets you to enjoy. All of these places, I can say that people had a sort of cultural shock. In Kenya, you guys are the first. It's the first visit in Tunisia, and for them to hear the Kenyan words and how they sing it, and the songs itself, the rhymes. For them, it's new. Most of them, the directors of the festivals, told me that they enjoyed it. There were a lot of people, they enjoyed it. Even people who was planning not to attend, when they heard them, when they started to sing, they entered, the festival. They entered the rooms because they want to know what is Songs of Kenya and what is about. They want to explore, to discover. That's what's important.
These people love music. As much as they don't understand Swahili, they don't understand what we are doing, I think coming here with the choir gave it a different taste. They are used to their music, the Arabic tune of performances, the percussions, but they saw something new which can come out of choral music, and they were happy, and it was driving them. I could see in their faces.
الجزء الأول مع الكورال الرئاسي من كينيا رحبوا بهم بتصفيقة خاصة.
The next stop for the choir was at the Bo Makluf Festival in the city of El Kef, which is said to have existed long since the Roman era. The festival was held at the iconic medieval fort of Kasba, which was constructed by the Ottomans in 1600 AD and was used for defense of the city by several civilizations, including the Romans and Arabs. This UNESCO World Heritage Site, which has been renovated severally, including for the last time in 1806, is now a well-maintained museum, popular with tourists and often used as a venue for festivals. Another perfect example of enlivening heritage sites.
Bringing that link between contemporary culture and heritage, be it archaeological heritage, paleontological heritage, to me that link is very important because they enliven some of these sites. They bring people to some of these sites, and in the process of doing that, tourism is promoted. These sites do not become dead archaeological sites, but they then become places where they can attract people, and the visitors can interact with their past. And that way, that enables them to discover their history, their identities, and that is a very important element for nation building.
Jambo, salam alaikum, habari gani, nzuri sana, azeir, marhaban fi Kenya, Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Jambo, salam alaikum, habari gani, nzuri sana, azeir, marhaban fi Kenya, Kenya yetu.
On a magnificently set stage, the choir put up a stellar performance, belting out tune after tune, including the very famous Kenyan welcome song, Jambo Bwana, which had the Arabic phrases Assalamu alaikum, Azayir marhaban fi Kenya, to specifically welcome the Tunisians to Kenya. It is on the same stage that the Kenyans got to experience some Tunisian authentic music. Patriotism and the marketing of Kenya as a favorite destination of visit featured heavily on the repertoire of performance at each of the concerts.
I think what they took home, number one, that Kenya is a loving country. Number two, Kenyans are Africans like them, but there's something more than what they see. In all our music which we presented to them, most of the titles was Kenya, Kenya. When we came out of the stage, somebody said, hey, you really love your country. And we told them, yes, we have come here to sell our country.
That speaks a lot to even our national values back at home. There are issues of appreciating cultural diversity. There are issues of respect, issues of patriotism. And in this exchange, these are things that came out very explicitly. For instance, you could see them hoist their flag before a performance. Our participants had also mastered the Tunisian national anthem, and to me, when they saw us sing their national anthem, you could see the pride in them. And to me, I think this is something that we should always and forever be proud and patriotic of our being as Kenyans.
باسمكم جميعا وباسمكن جميعا أرحب بالسيد والي جندوبة.
One of the things that endeared the choir to the audiences was the mastery of the Tunisian national anthem, Humat al-Hima, and its performance at the beginning of each concert.
Namutu wa yahya alwatan litadwi samatu biradiha litarmi sawai kuniranaha ila izdi Tunis ila majdiha rijal al-biladi wa shubanaha humat al-hima ya humat al-hima halumu halumu limajdi zaman lakad saragat fi urukina dima namutu namutu wa yahya alwatan.
وغنيتنا توا تحكي على أبطال تونس منهم شهداء تاع تونس وباش نحتفلوا بهم الليلة.
Your Excellency, the Governor and your worship, you are the heroes of Jendouba, and that's why we are here tonight.
بالنسبة لهم الوالي والمعتمد هما أبطال جندوبة.
Shujaa wetu Kenya, wazalendo wetu
With their popularity at an all-time high following highlights in varied Tunisian media, the Statehouse Choir faced an even bigger audience at the next concert during the Oued Melis Jendouba Festival in Jendouba city. The city is in northwestern Tunisia and is the capital of Jendouba Governorate, the equivalent of county in Kenya. Amongst those in the audience in this concert was the governor of Jendouba alongside other top leaders. Unfazed by the hugely expectant audience, the choir put up another stellar performance, creatively taking them on a journey through Kenya with arrangements of tunes from across the country. The ecstatic reaction and ovation by the audiences throughout Tunisia gave the choir an extra impetus to continually put up captivating shows. What the music did not communicate through language was easily surmounted by the well-harmonized melodies, varied Kenyan dances, and strong delivery of a group keen on upholding the creative artistic excellence of Kenya.
Getting to perform for an audience that is a foreign country, this is a place that people are not very conversant with what is Kenyan, has been a very interesting experience. First of all, it's been amazing that they actually tend to, they do not really comprehend what you're saying, but they're really in the performance with you.
Everywhere we have gone, we have seen people, in fact, what we sing, they don't understand anything. But there's somehow that we are communicating something to them, and they are responding to that something. Even if they don't understand what we are saying, there is that power of music.
They give us the morale, and we get the strength to perform even much better and even longer and with more energy. It's been a great experience, something I'm looking forward to doing another time.
People in Tunis are much welcoming. In fact, when we were singing, people were very much overwhelmed and very happy to hear our voices and our songs from Kenya.
I have come to learn a lot about other cultures of other continents, or not really continents, but countries like Tunisia, because when they perform their cultural, activities or items, we could see a very huge gap between what we do at home and what they do here.
It has been good. It has been great. The audience, they are so welcoming. The reception and the way they have been trying to catch up with whatever we have been doing during the performance.
There's a lot of percussion in the Tunisian culture, and now when it came to us performing on stage, when I was doing my percussion, it's a bit different. They don't use congas. They were so curious. Everybody wanted to take a photo or a video of what I was doing. And I can say, for me, I felt like I found people who really appreciate me like I never expected.
The crowd has been so receptive, considering the fact that most of them do not understand a word in Kiswahili. but they were so welcoming. They got to understand us, they got to embrace our culture as well. So it has been a very lovely journey.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, button papa. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Meka, 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 meka. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Meka, 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 meka. Oh yeah.
Despite differences in the ways of life between Tunisians and Kenyans, the hosts went out of their way to offer the visiting delegation a most befitting, hospitable experience. Tunisians are distinctively welcoming, affable, and hold a long history of hosting people from all over the world on varied expeditions. Indeed, this tour will forever be etched in the memory of the choir members.
I would like to tell the Tunisian people, thank you very much. We saw them taking great care of us. We could see security guards wherever we went. They could give us escort up to the hotel rooms where we were residing. And for that, I only can tell them thank you and may Allah bless them.
We want to thank the Tunisian government so much for their hospitality. They have taken very good care of us. We have lived in one of the best hotels in Tunisia. And I can only say one word: thank you, Tunisian government, for taking care of us Kenyans.
The choir members have been very lovely, all of them. I've known right now, they're like around 44. I knew them like all, okay, by name. We've become very good friends, very close friends. We shared, our numbers and everything. They're people just like us, they want to go out, enjoy their time and everything. Of course, cultural shock is always there. It's normal, it's natural, it happens. Of course, most of them, it's their first visit in Tunisia. So that happens. I understand. If I go to Kenya, the same thing will happen to me. But overall, they were very nice, very kind, very lovely, funny. Most of them were really funny, and they just like me. They remind me of myself. They just like us. Yeah.
Going to their kitchens, it's a challenge, but being a profession, they allowed us to even share with them on how we do our meals. They were very friendly. They were very happy to learn how to do ugali and omena from Kenya. And they adjusted, even some were saying we'll be sending flour from home. And omena, they are loving people and they are happy and free to show you how they do their own cuisines. So they learned from us, and even me, I learned from them being a chef.
Well, I've tried rosemary cooked ugali. Yeah, I tried ugali, and Esther cooked chapati. Chapati, it's the same in Tunisia, but it's just we call it mlewi. Yeah, when she finished it, it was mlewi. The chef said, this is mlewi. This is Tunisian mlewi. So we have stuff that are the same, I've tried some of theirs, they tried some of ours. That's what cultural exchange is all about. It's important to have that.
These people are amazing. They are not mean with their meals. You explore each and every kind of meal you want, and they are amazing people, and they ensure that you're at home, away from home.
We are having the time of our lives.
Oh, this place is amazing. It is amazing.
Whenever we had a challenge, they were able and ready to come through for us. So we've had a great time. I love Tunisia.
The final concert for the choir was at Megreen International Festival, which was largely dominated by the audience enthusiastically joining in the performances to dance to the captivating Kenyan songs.
Go! One, hey, up, one. Oh yeah, furahia.
Na Tunisia, kwa baraka yetu.
The participation of Kenya in the festivals was an enhancement of cultural relations with Tunisia, and it is expected to pave way for cross-cultural understanding to catalyze the expediting of other exchanges in trade, tourism, agriculture, health, and so on. Being in Tunisia was also in part a fulfillment of obligations of the African Union Agenda 2063, the Africa We Want, Charter for Africa Cultural Renaissance, whose objectives, amongst others, include encouraging cultural cooperation amongst member states with a view of strengthening African unity through promotion of intercultural exchange.
Music is a very powerful tool of communication. Music brings people together, people of different backgrounds, languages, tribes. Music is a unifying factor. Music can sell our country. And indeed, I agree that even if we talk about tourism, music is a rich tool for tourism industry in our country.
The continent has currently opened a lot of opportunities. To me, I think music, for instance, theater, these are products that can be well packaged. And in the spirit of the African Continental Free Trade Area, we should be able to sell our music, to sell our cultural products within the continent. The borders have been opened through the African Free Continental Trade Area, and we should come up with very clear strategies, link up with the other relevant ministries, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of International Trade, for instance, to ensure that the culture sector is represented in a number of these bilateral exchanges, be they in trade, be they in tourism.
Tunisia! Hivi umewezwa leo. Thank you, Tunisia. Thank you. We love you so much. Thank you.